Ma'am, may I have a word? It appears Miss MacDonald neglected to pack a black dress. We've called ahead to London and something will be brought onto the plane before you disembark.
Right.
And a word of warning, ma'am. A good many journalists outside. Royal correspondents, mostly, assigned to cover the tour.
Should I say something?
No, that won't be necessary. Though it would help if we could decide here and now on your name.
My name?
Yes, ma'am. Your regnal name. That is the name you'll take as queen. Your father took George. Obviously, his name was Albert. And before he abdicated, your uncle took Edward. Of course, his name was David.
What's wrong with my name?
Nothing.
Well, then, let's not overcomplicate matters unnecessarily. My name is Elizabeth.
Then long live Queen Elizabeth.